Hey, welcome back to Bobb-z Callahan's Word of Advice. And for this video today, I wanted to tackle the topic of smoking. And note, when I am mentioning this topic, smoking, I'm not just talking about smoking cigarettes. This could be pretty much smoking anything, whether it is, yes, cigarettes or marijuana or any other kind of example of smoking that you can think of. I wanted to tackle this topic because I know it's been around for a long time and people have gotten into smoking, and well, there have been pretty much two views, I think, when it comes to this topic. Some people say it's okay and we're fine with it, and then there are people who are against it and never wish to smoke anything. If you want my point of view on this topic, I will say it right now. I'm somebody who is against smoking. And this is because I strongly believe that, number one, if you smoke something and you start to like it, and you really think it's cool and all, it can turn into a habit. And number two, this habit can turn into something quite unhealthy. Take, for example, a really good example of smoking, which is smoking cigarettes. If you smoke cigarettes for a long time, there could be the possible consequence of dying earlier or developing lung problems, maybe even lung cancer. And there's no guarantee that you are going to live a long life. I mean, I know people who have lived for a long time and they've smoked for a long time, but then I've also known people who have smoked and they didn't live as long. But the point is, smoking can become an addiction, and it can also become quite unhealthy. I would say to anybody out there, if you are smoking and whether you wish to quit it or not, I would definitely say that it would be a wise choice to attempt to give up your habit of smoking, whatever it is that you are smoking. Because I think the biggest reason why I would support quitting smoking is because you could save a little bit of your health if you quit smoking, whatever you are smoking. Sure, maybe you've done some damage to your health already after smoking something for a long time or a short time, but that doesn't mean that you are incapable of quitting today or sometime soon and saving your health, and you could possibly live for a longer time because you could start to take better care of yourself. Also, another big reason why I would support quitting smoking and not even smoking anything at all is because kids, for example, will see what you are doing as a young adult or an older adult, and kids can be easily influenced. And there are kids who will think that smoking is cool, and we really don't want to see future generations grow up and getting into unhealthy habits such as smoking or drinking or cussing or any other unhealthy habit which you are thinking of. As young adults and older adults, we are seen as role models. And, a role model is not always a good thing. We can be a good role model and try to live a healthy lifestyle and promote goodness in this world. Or we can be a bad role model and we can promote unhealthy habits and unhealthy lifestyles. And when we are promoting smoking, for example, it's not the best thing to promote to anybody, especially kids, because kids can't pick up on this stuff, and especially if you are a parent and you smoke, then your kid could be easily influenced and they may think that smoking is cool and they may even grow up to smoke. And lastly, when it comes to the topic of smoking, I would say to anybody out there, if you know somebody or some people who do smoke, you may not support the whole habit of smoking, but that doesn't mean that you can't be that person's friend. I would say that I know about at least 10 people in my life who smoke something. And while I don't support what they do, I still am a friend to those people because, we need to give a fair chance to everybody that we meet when it comes to developing a relationship with that person. We are likely to run into some people in our lives who do smoke. And as I said, we don't have to support what they're doing by smoking, but that doesn't mean that we cannot be their friend. And who knows? If we end up becoming friends with somebody who does smoke, you could even change that person's life for the better and maybe even help them get off of the habit of smoking. You never know. In the end, I don't believe that everybody will get off the habit of smoking, but do I believe it's possible for anyone to get off the habit of smoking? Yes, I do. And do I believe that we can be friends with people who smoke? Absolutely. Overall, I do not support the habit of smoking anything at all because, number one, it can be very bad on our health. Number two, it can become a habit. And number three, it can be seen as something from kids as a cool thing. And lastly, do I believe, as I said, can we be friends with people who smoke? Absolutely. We don't have to support the habit of smoking, but we can be friends with people who smoke. And we could even change some people's lives by being a good influence to people we meet who are into some bad habit, such as smoking. So with that, this is all I have to talk about on this topic. I certainly hope what I've had to talk about on this topic will come in handy. Come back for another word of advice video. See ya.